fucking side questing out of my nut. What you got,
Won't
merchant?
find a finer array this side of the strait.
I have no money. But that's okay. Oh, wrong button. That one. So we're going to head.
Do you see that too?
Papa? What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you.
Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
Good girl. Going to fight. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, are either of you in?
No, my lord. Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so... It's a fucking... Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis.
Guy's fucking
Or is Sid the
voice
outlaw
actor's
more to your
quality.
liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm. And he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen.
I'm flattered. And I have other problems. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that so? And would he...
Of a different kind.
Well, I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
He's got to be Otto or his uncle.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in...
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Fucking Angus, eh?
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
I'm matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me. Go on then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told the people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Kurspren.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port. They will await your return there.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as... He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggest...
One of your...
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his.
Another out? Just the thing we need to put these rotten... Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't. The 7 high houses. They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take it, but luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward, Rockford, from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a...
Well, the old battle axe, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks, and when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves. Now, I must join us there at your earliest
Of course, Uncle.
Fucking hell, Quentin, could you not have got rid of your fucking
how, pray tell, will we get that grain
apron
to
at
the
least?
The roads are still overrun with akashic.
You find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands. but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Tri-Unity. Rutherford, Mythical. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. I want you to keep this signed accord.
I will.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
If Joshua's worried about Jill, Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but
I suppose it's...
she doesn't think she...
And that's why we need to remind her, to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual... and Jill and I broke from the procession to write...
To see this note, it was the first time Father had allowed... And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys.
in the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even... It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill have
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in some...
You're saying I should go and scout the...
I'm saying we should first go and see if... what...
What will it be today? Harpocrates, whether what he... I do so enjoy our little chats.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the...
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. And a cogwheel. Just gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost...
Wait, the children. When they took apart your scales, now that I think about it, they didn't use...
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't high. She's just busy working on...
A new invention? Is it an edge?
Do you think she'll...
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs a brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh!
We saved it, just in case.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then all the pieces that are left over, we keep under...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now. But I'll let...
Thanks, Sid.
Has Mythical mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied. Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept...
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most... The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right well... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mythical engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mythical engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do. This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
Listen.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only...
Perhaps, but it's the only place I...
Then why not ask someone?
Someone at the back.
Let's check if there's any hunts to the this area. There's any on this, how do you get to them?
This one. Come on. All right.
Might this be Nickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you too?
Heed the call? No, to be honest, I wasn't.
Is that so?
What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. Just this village, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give
themselves.
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be free us from the thorn.
They want to be... Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here?
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
And I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But you have seen them at their prayer. They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked, not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes. Serve him with... I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master. And so I would see these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand what...
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills, and I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the... Forgive me, my lord. But I must remain here. Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. Stay here. Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now?
That's a fucking red giant, isn't it?
We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
Oh, that was a bit close.
Damn it.
Why the fuck did he just do that?
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. Found her. I should get this report to Cyril.
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else? Fine choice. Bring me the gill and I'll think about it.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to see you.
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in...
He died protecting the villagers from it. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save him...
The villagers, they prayed to their god that they might be unburdened. Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might... Even knowing that life...
Then he perished defending... For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them. And yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right?
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Another oraculum of only one way to get.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with... If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bit. Locked up tight. So this place was... And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with...
Caution, brother. Caution, brother.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Quiet. Have care. Quiet. Go to him! It's over. Get him. Over here. Finish. Get him. Go to him.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their... They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
It's fucked up, man.
No luck downstairs. But I did.
I know. I've been reading some of the bearers die every day in service of their masters, but pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't, or couldn't.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to them.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key. But it doesn't fit.
Perhaps it... Finish up here, then come...
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. She sounds close. There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone?
Some of the guards. There's everyone else.
Thank the
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought them once. He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your cell.
Chadwick.
Was that?
We have to get out.
Doris, keep...
All right. You put that bearer eat.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Man, it's a bear moth. It's fucking... Hopefully no die again then. Oh, it's a mark. Nice.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. This one. Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't able...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bitter end. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever... For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. So we escaped. But staying together after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought, and he died, not as someone's tool.
Hyde Marie is proof of that. Bearers and the curse breakers will... I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done.
Thank you, Doris.
It'll tell us about his adventures in Ash.
I doubt it. I heard he's leaving again. Then maybe when he gets back.
This should tide us over until the new moon.
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. Both have similar climbs and the right elevation.
Right.
Did you learn where...
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, I recalled that she kept the record of our travel, so I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew.
Whose shores border the meadows. Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. can walk from here.
That fool of a Duke thought he could push the tape.
I haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes. Do be careful.
I will.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there. Look, brother. Do you see them?
I do. The flowers and our friends.
Stay down!
What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
That was harder than I... But found her. She'll love them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm.
Jill.
There is?
It's, how would you fancy a trip to Oriflat?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to
spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
We should probably be getting back. I expect...
You're right.
And we'll do it together.
Good girl.
Motor! Motor! Get him! Motor! This one! Attack! Over here! This one! Motor! Get him! Get him! Go to him!